Welcome to the fourth tutorial on the action game system. In this tutorial we will be writing a ViewScript. Now ViewScripts are used as extra functionality for the view to provide modularity and keep the code in the view slim. ViewScripts should ideally do only one thing, and in this case we will be switching the render color of the pressure plate. That is a typical thing a ViewScript is meant to do. So let's dig right into it. Create a new C# script and let's call it, what should we call it? Pressure plate color. And let's open it up. Here we will be inheriting from ViewScript, which we can find in ags.core.classes.viewscripts. Sorry, what's it called? Base ViewScript or ViewScript base, I guess. Yeah, can't even remember my own naming conventions, but anyways, we will be using the awake function. Accidentally deleted that. ViewScripts and views define the normal monobehavior functions in the base view or base script. So to use it, we don't really need to override, but otherwise we might overwrite any functionality that could be crucial. So, oh nice, void override void. It should be public override void awake. And let's do a reference to private renderer, which will be changing the material color of. So the renderer, and we set it here in the awake function, get component renderer, and it will be on this game object because we will add the ViewScript to the same game object. And now let's create references to a pressure plate view and the pressure plate. So private pressure plate view, pressure plate view, and also pressure plate, and I want to copy paste this, so private pressure plate like that. And when a view is ready, which it will be after the initialize model has been called in the base model, so I can show you that. The pressure plate view, the action view, which is the base view, will oh, look here, we have a bug here. Initialized action model must always call the base initialized action model because otherwise the model will never get its view ready property set to true, and if that's not set to true, then we will not get this function call, which we will set up here. Public override void set up. What's this one called? Let me just check real quick. Set up model bindings. This function will be called once the view is ready. So once we have that, let's do this just. You maybe saw that it was a virtual method that was empty, but it's good practice to do it anyway. So what's wrong now? It's a protected function. Okay, protected like that, and finally we're ready. And the ViewScript base has a view reference that will automatically be set if the ViewScript is placed on the same game object as the view. So if view reference is not null, we can assume, if we place the scripts correctly, that the pressure plate view is equal to view reference as pressure plate view. And if it's not, then we should not continue the script. So if at this point the pressure plate view is equals to null, we should just return here and do nothing. Otherwise, we can also assume that the pressure plate equals to the pressure plate view dot pressure plate. And likewise, if at this point we do not have a pressure plate, if we do not have a pressure plate, if that's equal to 0, we can also just return and do nothing. Oh yeah, right. So let's set up a subscription to the is pressured on value changed event. And here we get the sender, and we get the is pressured action property. And what should we do? We should do something like renderer dot material, yeah, set color. And I looked this up before, and we set the color really intuitive. You set the color like that, and depending, we should set different colors here depending on the is pressured value. So if is pressured value equals to true, we can set the color to green, color green. Otherwise set the color to red. And we are ready to test this. On the pressure plate, we add pressure pressure plate color, and let's hit play. Ah yeah, you see the pressure plate is now not pressured, which means it is red, and once we step on it, it is green. Hooray! So that's it for this tutorial.